Bro, let's be real. Most guys spend way too much time worrying about how to keep a woman interested. They're always checking their phone, overthinking every text, and bending over backward just to make sure she doesn't lose interest. But attraction isn't built by constantly being around. It's built in the moments when you're not there. See, the real test of her feelings isn't when she's with you, it's when you're absent. That's when she starts to feel the impact of who you are. And depending on the kind of man you are, she'll either crave your presence more or realize she can replace you without hesitation. So today, we're breaking it all down. What actually happens in a woman's mind when you step back? How does she feel? What does she do? And most importantly, how do you make sure your absence makes her want you more instead of making her forget about you? Let's get into it. Point 1. She starts replaying memories. You ever notice how food tastes way better when you're starving? Like, a burger is just a burger until you haven't eaten all day. Suddenly, it's the best thing you've ever had. That's exactly how it works when you step back from a woman's life. When you're always around, she doesn't need to think about you. But the moment you create some space, that's when she starts craving what she didn't even realize she was enjoying. She starts replaying those moments, the way you made her feel safe, the way you teased her in just the right way, the way you smelled when you hugged her. It all starts coming back. But this only happens if you were actually someone worth remembering. If you were just another guy flooding her phone with good morning text and dry conversations, she won't feel that void when you're gone. But if you were the guy who left an impression, now she's lying in bed, scrolling through your old messages, wondering why she suddenly misses you so much. Point 2. She feels a shift in energy. Bro, you ever had a group chat that's always popping and then one day someone just stops replying? At first you don't think much of it, but after a while you start wondering, did I say something weird? Are they mad? That little change messes with your head. That's exactly what happens when you stop giving a woman your attention. She might act unbothered at first, like she doesn't care, but deep down, she notices. Women are crazy in tune with energy shifts. They're used to guys constantly chasing, checking in, double texting. So when you stop playing that game, it throws her off. She starts questioning, why isn't he texting me? Did he lose interest? Did I misjudge him? And that's when things get interesting. Because the moment she starts wondering about you instead of the other way around, that's when the power shifts. And trust me, she'll feel it. Point 3. She tries to regain control. Now this is where things get interesting. When a woman starts to feel that distance, she won't always just accept it. Instead, she'll test you. Maybe she suddenly texts you out of nowhere with a casual "hey." Maybe she likes an old post of yours just to see if you'll react. Or maybe she starts posting thirst traps on social media to see if you'll bite. These are all small ways of trying to pull you back into her frame. She wants to know if she still has that influence over you. And here's where most men fail. They fall for it immediately. They see a breadcrumb of attention and go running back. But a man who understands the game, he doesn't react emotionally. He keeps his frame and lets her work for his attention. Point 4. She starts comparing you to other men. When you're absent, she naturally starts evaluating what made you different. And this is where you either shine or fade into the background. If you were just another guy giving her generic attention, she'll move on fast. But if you were a man who carried himself with confidence, had strong boundaries, and didn't revolve your world around her, she'll start to notice how other men just don't measure up. She'll go on dates, but something will feel off. Other guys might text her, but they won't give her the same feeling. And that realization, that's when she starts craving your presence again. Point 5. She wonders if she misjudged you. Bro, you ever been so sure about something, then later started questioning if you got it all wrong? Like, you order your usual at a restaurant, but then you see someone else's plate and suddenly wonder if you made the wrong choice. Yeah, that's exactly what happens in her mind when you step back. At first, she thought she had you all figured out. Maybe she assumed you were just another guy wrapped around her finger, always available, always chasing. But now there's silence. No good morning texts, no double texting, no random check-ins. And that little shift, that messes with her. She starts wondering, wait, did I misjudge him? Was he actually higher value than I thought? And that uncertainty, that's the hook. Because once a woman starts questioning if she underestimated you, her brain won't let it go. And the best part? You didn't even have to do anything. Just giving her space was enough to flip the dynamic. Now she's the one stuck in her head about you. Point 6. She either steps up or fades away. Alright man, here's where a lot of guys lose their cool. You pull back, and now you're waiting to see what she does. Will she hit you up? Will she make an effort? Or will she just vanish? This is the moment of truth. And yeah, I get it. If she starts slipping away, it's tempting to chase, to hit her up first, to check in, to do something. But that's exactly where most guys mess up. See, when you step back, she'll either make a move because she actually cares, or she'll disappear because she was never that into you in the first place. And bro, either way, you win. If she reaches out, great. It means she values you enough to put in effort. But if she fades, that's your answer. No more wasting time on someone who is only half interested. You dodged a bullet. A lot of dudes panic when a woman starts pulling away. They start texting more, trying to fix things, trying to make her want them. But the guy who really understands his worth, he doesn't force anything. He just watches, observes, and lets her reveal exactly where she stands. Point 7. She respects you more. Listen, bro. Women don't respect the guy who's always at their beck and call, the guy who blows up her phone the second she pulls away, the guy who's basically waiting on the sidelines, hoping for his turn. But you know who they do respect? The man who holds his ground, the man who isn't rattled when she takes a step back, the man who knows his worth and doesn't need to prove it. Even if she never says it out loud, she feels it. She might not even understand why, but she starts seeing you differently. You're not just another dude chasing her validation, you're a guy who knows what he brings to the table. And that makes all the difference, because let's be real, women don't crave men who are always available. They crave men who are valuable. And value isn't in chasing, it's in standing firm and letting her come to you.